talk to you guys about, to me, one of the most important things a trader can have, especially. Welcome back to another video. Boy oh boy, we got the energy back up. Even though it's Thursday, which is basically the end of the week, I still had to open the camera and, fill y'all in on how the whole week has been going. Thus far, I'm in a trade right now, and this is the second trade that I've taken for the week. The first one was an L, actually. Let me just confirm that. So no, this is the third trade that I'm actually taking for the week. On Monday, let me just zoom in right there. On Monday, I had this win, which was a good trade. On Tuesday, however, I had 2 consecutive losses. Even though the second trade went a good way up into profit, all this way up into profit, we still lost that one, and I stayed out of the markets until today, where I'm actually in a GBP USD trade. And for those who watch the channel, you're like, what? Yeah, this is the first time you actually see me trade GU, but I used to trade GU before. That's why I have it up in the charts. But I've recently been back testing on EU, and I'm thinking to add that to the watch list as well, because I'm not going to be able to find a trade on NAS alone every single solar day, especially with the very specific criteria that I'm looking for. But after back testing a few more other pairs, I am beginning to notice that they move differently, but the strategy still applies, the principle still applies on these different forex pairs. So I'll be adding them to the watch list. I'll be trading them a little bit more, and obviously filling you guys in with the results. My account, to be honest, I actually deposited $100. It was Monday or last week. I think it was over the weekend I deposited. And after having that win on Monday and the 2 losses on Tuesday, the balance came down to a little bit over $60. And I withdrew the money, made a video of how to deposit back into the broker. So I'll be dropping that video pretty soon as well on YouTube. But I made that video and then just put it back into the account and traded with it. I was thinking about taking it out and not trading, because yesterday I told myself that I wouldn't be trading since I took those 2 consecutive losses, and I just wanted to take some breathing space away from the market, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's still there, $60 in the account. Still not purchasing any prop accounts for right now, and let's see what the $60 can do. For right now though, this is the situation with that trade. I am not going to keep the camera running all the time, but I'm going to come back and give you guys that update once we get to any of our areas of interest. This trade is actually a 1 to 3, so I am also tweaking my RR, my risk to reward ratio, as in how much I'm risking and how much I'm aiming. Usually I would be aiming for 1 to 2, but the thing about my 1 to 2s is the risk, the amount that I'm risking is so large. And I've been learning a lot from a lot of the members in the GTFX community and the Market Wizards and Lashpot Central, both on Telegram and WhatsApp. I've been learning, so I've been taking some pointers and chatting with the guys in the various communities. And honestly, it's a lot of valuable information, a lot of stuff that might not work for me as well. But something like the reducing the risk, once you understand price action, you understand once price gets to a certain point in risk, you would still lose the trade. So it doesn't make sense to hold it until the recent high or low. And other small tweaks that don't necessarily change the way that I trade, but could change the results that I get using the exact same strategy. So, big shout out to all the members in the various communities if you're watching. But yeah, this is how it's looking thus far. I ain't got that much to show you how we're going on right now. Stick with your boy, and I'm gonna bring you the results to this trade. And we're back. It's Friday, the end of the week. I know this week run even faster for me than it did for you, believe though. But yeah, we're here at the end of the week. It's 4 minutes after 2 in the PM, and I haven't taken any trades for today. But that GU trade that we placed yesterday turned out to be an L, as you can see there on the screen. But, well, there isn't actually much of a difference between this one and the rest of the trades we've been taking, to be honest, because this one went up a little bit under 1 to 2, or I'll say exactly like at 1 to 2, and then reverse. I don't know why I was aiming for 1 to 3 with this particular trade, but I still wanted to open the camera and talk to you guys about, to me, one of the most important things a trader can have, especially someone who understands trading, not a complete beginner, but someone who understands the charts, understands their system, and you're just, trading, whether you're full time, whether you are looking to go full time, whether you're just part time but you've been at it for a while, whether you are taking a break from trading, whatever the case is, as long as you're involved in the space in one way, shape, or form, I believe a community is so important. Like, just not only for the fact of like persons going to be able to back you up whenever you have a trade idea or your analysis, you give your outlook on whatever pair, not just for that reason, but there's also the part where when things are going wrong for your trading, because things will go wrong, few persons are able to trade and just see similar results month after month after month. The rest of us human beings, there are periods where we have consecutive good months, and there are periods where we go through consecutive bad months. And the support that you get from being in a community of like-minded individuals, it can really make or break your trading career. Because for the past few months, I've been journaling, I've been documenting my trading, I've been releasing every single soul in trade that I take. I've been recording and releasing that, so persons could get to have an insight into how my trading is going. They can see the changes that I implement in real time and be able to identify something that I might not be able to identify about my own trading. Because for me, it will be months and months of recording and editing and trading and communicating with persons. But from someone's perspective on the outside who could just watch 10 videos within an hour or 2 hours, for me, that would sum up months of what I've been going through. They would more be able to identify what's going on right there and then, right? And same with a community. If you are posting your screenshots, if you are recording your trades and you're sharing it with the community, they are more able to see from the outside what is wrong with your trading or what is right with your trading, and maybe copy something from your analysis or your outlook to the market and implement it in their own strategy. But one of the guys in the community pointed out some very, very, very important facts, I could say, about my trading. Sian, if you're watching, big up yourself, bro. But looking at where I was and the results from then compared to where I am now and the results now, honestly, some of the changes that I made, I probably would have done better if I didn't make it. And looking back, yes, there was a period where the markets started to move irregular or different to how they were moving before. And I thought making a tweak to my existing strategy would help me perform better in the markets, when in reality, that tweak might be the thing that actually is causing the results to still appear the way they do. Because if I stuck to the one strategy that I used throughout last year, throughout the year before, the one strategy that led to consistent payouts, the one strategy that led to me passing multiple prop firms and receiving multiple payouts from different prop firms, it's the same strategy I've been using all the time. The market is the only thing that kinda changed. I can't say the market changed entirely, but for those who trade one system, and you have been trading one system this entire time, you know what I'm talking about. The market just ain't moving the same way it been moving. It's not giving you the same set of confirmations that it been giving you. But that's okay. It's not for you to actually change your strategy. And I really thought that since I got the information, from somebody else's perspective, and someone was able to watch on and give me, some honest, constructive criticism about what I am doing. It's not to say that everybody that says something I am going to listen to, right? But for the past few days, a few persons have been reaching out to me, giving some, I want to say, their own opinions, which I value so much. And the opinions of everybody is what got me here, got me to view everything with an open mind, because some persons will be actually trying to help you. Some persons will know better. I will not ever say that I know all or I know the most or anything of the sort, because the truth is there's always somebody out there with more information, with more knowledge, with more value to give. And if I am not ready to receive that, and if I don't want to receive that, then I am just holding my own self back. So with all the information that I've received, the opinions, the tips, the knowledge, I think it's best for me to just lock in on what I've been doing all the time. you know, not trying to change or tweak anything, not trying to adapt to the market in the sense of changing what I look for, but adapting to the market in the sense of these are the market conditions, right? They are not giving you big moves, they're not giving you big swings for you to recover by holding for a 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 or whatever the case is. The market is giving you small moves. They're giving you impulsive, random moves as well in both directions. So everybody getting wiped out. And there's also global uncertainty. There's so many more wars now than there was last year. There's so much, you know, tension between so many different countries as well than there was last year. So there's a lot of factors that we have to consider. There's a lot of things that I should keep in mind when trading, but when it comes to the system, it remains the same. You know, I will still lose, I will still win, but at the end of the day, I have to stick to it. And I can't go without mentioning that the community is basically the main reason why I was able to identify this. If you are not in a community, then I suggest just finding some community where you resonate with, you know, the people in the community, you resonate with them. My community might not be it, because to be honest, it's full of Guyanese people, and Guyanese people ain't real. So if you're soft, you might not like it in there, but that's okay. You know, as long as you have a community, and hopefully if you're going through a drawdown period or anything, and somebody could be able to identify this about your trades, you know, and you also have to be very honest, like brutally honest. This is the only way people can help you. Like if I was on here only sharing my winning trades and only like them big pip moves and not sharing my losses and not being as transparent as possible with you, then somebody wouldn't be able to honestly give me some advice, you know. So we really need to be honest with ourselves as traders. We have to accept our losses. We have to share our losses, share the analysis, share the results, whether you won that trade or not. This is a community of people who go through losses on a daily basis. You sharing a loss will not look bad in somebody else's eyes, bro. It's like bread and butter. If you share a win, that's bread. If you share a loss, that's butter. We don't look at them any different, bro. We need it. We need it to survive in trading. So start sharing, get the community, get comfortable with sharing your losses and your wins. So not only persons helping you, but you are also going to be able to help persons after that time. You know, when you learn and you start improving and you start seeing things that you have done that could help someone else coming up, then that's how it is, bro. You pass on the info, you keep the circle alive, you keep the circle flourishing, you know. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I just really want to open the camera and talk to you guys. Like sometimes you really just need to talk. Sometimes we really just got to let the truth out. So it might not be for the masses, but at least 1 or 2 persons that going through something similar that needed to hear it is going to understand and is going to take the right action. So I hope you got the value out of it, and that's going to be the end of this video, because it's the end of the week as well, and I'm definitely not going to be taking any more trades today. So until the new week, or possibly the weekend, if we have the need to have another chat, then I'm going to open the camera and we're going to chop it up. But until next time, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.